Man, choking on my coffee. Hey, does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee? I just made a fresh pile of coffee. Does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee? Does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee?
Having conversations about society, one cup at a time. Coffee with RW.
Un cafecito.
Pour yourself a cup and join us.
Es un cafecito.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Good, everybody. How are you? Good. Everyone's good. Good. Hi, how are you? What's going on, everybody? Thank you very much. This is Monday. Yours truly, Ralph William here. You can follow me on Twitter at the Ralph William. You can follow my internet radio station. You can go ask Alexa to start WESN live, and you can tune in at any time. You can also go to epicstrategiesnetwork.com and tune in there. But speaking of Epic Strategies Network, you can tune in live right at the moment, and you can listen to yours truly, Ralph William, on the WESN Epic Strategies Network. I want to say thank you. I'm going to be taking over some jazz tunes at the moment, but you can tune in and keep up with what we're going to be discussing today. Some of the things we're going to be discussing is, well, the passing of a I don't want to say a young lady, but she's been around for a while, and I didn't know she was a fellow Taurus. She was born on April 21st. So the passing of Miss Queen Elizabeth. So I want to say my condolences to the family, and got a little snippet here that I want to play. So for those of you that across the pond, my condolences to the Queen.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong.
So rest in peace, my Queen, and I hope you are with your loved ones and in peace. So there you go. You're listening to Coffee with RW, Ralph William. And for those of you that know my routine, if you have your coffee mugs, your travel mugs, your sippy cups, your doggy bowls, if you have a beer hat and you want to drink it like that, then go ahead and do so. And join me in a sip of cafecito. Mm. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's the stuff. Yes, nice and black, like my soul and like the soul of everyone who has been sending hate tweets about the Queen. So your soul is black, and yeah, I don't know what was the reason of that. I never really understood that. For those of you who are across the pond and are familiar with, the royal family and all that stuff, uh, I'll leave the floor open later on if you want to discuss that and let us know what's your thoughts. But for those of you that don't have any ill will towards uh, her and the family, um, you know, more power to you. Another thing that I want to make sure I put out there is the anniversary of 9/11, which was yesterday. I want to say thank you to those who served and were able to uh, get involved in some way, and for those of you that haven't forgotten of all the the sacrifice that people did on that day. If you're a conspiracy theorist and you're on the Alex Jones trip, or you just legitimately believe that we were, attacked by a foreign entity, or attacked by someone from within is up to you. But regardless of the fact, I believe about 3,000 maybe plus people died that day. So regardless of what you think, lives were lost, and my heart goes out to the brave souls who went and running into danger to help others, and most of them sacrificed themselves um, for other people because that's their job, right? That was what they're supposed to do. Those are the things that define people, is running into danger for the sake of helping others, right? And then all of a sudden now we have people recently here trying to, or at least in recent past, uh, fire people for not taking an experimental jab, and most of them were people who ran into these buildings, right? But that's just what I think about that. Well, I want to excuse me. I want to say thank you for those who are joining live in the chat. Let me see if I can acknowledge you guys. Mr. D, how are you, Mr. D? Stinger, how are you, Stinger? Angie, how are you? Vinny, what's up, buddy? I want to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You can tune in on WESN, the Epic Strategies Network, and you can also listen on the Podbean app, and do what you can with that. All right. So, I do want to mention this. Okay, this is me getting into the swing of things, so I need to have my sip of coffee. For those of you who haven't gotten yours, here you go. Yes, you got some good coffee, Stinger. Some good coffee. Mr. D, man, I don't know what time it is for you in your area. You must be up very, it must be late for you. It must, I don't know if it's early or late, but thank you for joining. Hey, Gunny, what's going on, buddy? Gunny's got that coffee. How are you, Gunny? All right. So, one of the things that I want to mention, um, see if I can find it really quick. I am a little rusty. So, bear with me for a moment. There's certain things that I do want to talk about. One of the things is a study that, not even a study, it's a great article. You guys can find it on the description box below of the podcast. Is a study, is an article that was thoroughly written, uh, uh, talking about some adverse effects due to this the experimental jab that has been pushed on people. And one of the main things that I wanted to point out is that, well, first of all, a lot of people have their reservations about it, right? It could be done as a divide, but there's a lot of statistics in the article that needs to be talked about. Of course, this is from the Epic Times, so you can do do with that as you will, right? Whatever you may think about it, but the it goes through some great points that people need to go, really pay attention to. uh there's a big jump in adverse effects in the database for invaders, and one of the things that they mention is that because there was the Omicron variant, that there should have been a certain amount of stats, uh, you know, since it wasn't as serious as the original strain, uh, that we shouldn't have had the amount of spike of adverse effects and deaths uh, around Omicron time, but which in fact was the exact opposite. It was even more. And one of the things that they were able to uh, say was, what was the difference around that time, and that was the implementation of these jabs. But before we get there, I'll let the article, or I'm going to be playing a piece of this article here. But before we get there, we're going to be paying some bills. So I want to say thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll be right back. You're listening to Coffee with RW.
CaresNone.com. It's a clothing line. It's a lifestyle. Go to CaresNone.com. Check out their clothing line. It's fantastic. Use code DeGrayArea15 and you get 15% off. That's DAGRAYAREA 15 and you get 15% off. CaresNone.com.
Are you uncertain about what's going on in your life? Or maybe you're trying to help someone else out fix theirs? Then I recommend you go to wholeeshift.com. That's wholeeshift.com. WHOLE, another E, SHIFT.com. And get yourself a reading from Poetic. She's a Reiki healer and is very experienced in this area. So make sure to go to wholeeshift.com, get yourself a reading today, or you can get it as a gift card and give it to someone who might need it. That's wholeeshift.com. Let them know Ralph William sent you. That's wholeeshift.com.
Hey, does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee? I just made a fresh pot of coffee. Does anybody want coffee?
Coffee with RW.
Whew. Need the bill. I need to pay the bills. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. So, as I was saying, I got to find the article. I had the article here. Let's see if I can find where that is.
Between those in Washington.
Whoops. See, I have to be able to label these sound clips.
Portugal's.
Whoops, that's not it.
I declare before you all
I thought I had the sound clip here. That's crazy. Well, I guess it's nothing like an impromptu, thing. I thought I had it. Well, I'll pull that up in a few. Just give me a moment. Let's talk real quick about. You need more coffee? Yeah, so do I. Let's talk real quick about the one thing that I found out in an article that I was looking at yesterday is when it comes to when you make a purchase, right? There is like a code that's labeled for every purchase you do. So I've recently found that they recently implemented a new code when you make credit card payments, which determine that you've bought guns at a gun store, right, or any type of gun merchant. And there's a lot of setback, not setback. There's a lot of hit back here in the states, saying that there's this is just another attempt to remove people's privacy and rights, and to have some sort of a database for those that are able to have guns. And I can agree with that a little bit, because some of the arguments that they're using, like, oh, we need this to find out, to be able to have gun safety in the streets. But for those that have guns illegally, you know, they don't get guns through legal means, right? So they're going to be getting this through back channels. I'm just saying, I don't understand the there's no common sense here. They're just trying to get the, they're just trying to have a list of people that are armed. And these are going to be law abiding citizens, right? Like, you're not going to be, and if anybody is going to get a gun, illegally, they're probably going to pay cash for it, you know? So it seems like a way to, yeah, I know it's weird, right, Stinger? But anyway, here's the article, going talking about, kind of both sides of the coin, and you're going to hear the people that are pushing for this change in code. And of course, it's mostly people from New York and Los Angeles and places like that.
Companies will adopt it. Priscilla Sims Brown, the president and CEO of the bank, said on September 9, "We all have to do our part to stop gun violence. And it sometimes starts with illegal purchases of guns and ammunition. The new code will allow us to fully comply with our duty to report suspicious activity and illegal gun sales to authorities without blocking or impeding legal gun sales," she said in a statement. "This action answers the call of millions of Americans who want safety from gun violence, and we are proud to have led the broad coalition of advocates, shareholders, and elected officials that achieved this historic outcome." The bank, in its release announcing the approval of the new merchant code, also shared separate statements from multiple New York officials and lawmakers who support the move, including New York Governor Kathy Hochul, New York Attorney General Letitia James, New York City Mayor Eric Adams, New York City Comptroller Brad Lander, New York State Senator Zelnor Myrie, and New York State Representative Chantel Jackson. A coalition of national gun violence prevention groups, including Guns Down America, Giffords, Brady, and New Yorkers Against Gun Violence, issued a joint statement applauding the approval of the new code, saying that the decision paves the way for credit card companies to help law enforcement preempt mass shootings and firearm trafficking by identifying suspicious patterns of firearms and ammunition purchases via the code for the 9,000 federally licensed firearms dealers across America. Some of the nation's worst mass shootings, including Aurora, Colorado, San Bernardino, California, Orlando, and Las Vegas, involved electronic payments, they noted. Criticisms. Some groups have criticized the ISO approval. Mark Oliva, the managing director for public affairs for the National Shooting Sports Foundation, a U.S. trade association for the firearms industry, told the Center Square that the code's creation was flawed on its premise. Those who believe it will help law enforcement do not provide details on what should be considered suspicious purchases, Oliva told the outlet. He separately told Gothamist, "This decision chills the free exercise of constitutionally protected rights and does nothing to assist law enforcement with crime prevention or holding criminals accountable." Attaching code specific to firearm and ammunition purchases casts a dark pall by gun control advocates who are only interested in disarming lawful gun owners. Lars Dalseide, a spokesperson for the National Rifle Association Institute for Legislative Action, the lobbying arm of the gun rights advocacy group NRA, told the Center Square, implying that firearm purchases are suspicious demonstrates an obvious bias these attorneys general hold against anyone who chooses to exercise a fundamental constitutional right. Creating specific credit card codes for firearms lays the groundwork for a de facto firearm registration. Suggesting otherwise is either short-sighted or deceptive, Dalseide added. The true travesty is that New Yorkers and Californians must continue facing the violent criminals pushed back on the streets, thanks to these two attorneys general reckless soft-on-crime policies. Credit card companies respond to approval. Congressional Democrats Senator Elizabeth Warren and Representative Madeline Dean previously announced on September 2 that they reached out to the CEOs of MasterCard, American Express, and Visa, seeking support for the creation of the new merchant category code, and to request information about their reported opposition to Amalgamated Bank's application for such a code. The politicians cited a report from CBS News in June that said that it had obtained documents that show employees from domestic and international credit card companies, including Visa, MasterCard, and American Express, pushed back on an application to create a merchant category code for firearm and ammunition sellers. Following ISO's approval of the new merchant category code, a spokesperson for MasterCard told outlets, "We now turn our focus to how it will be implemented by merchants and their banks as we continue to support lawful purchases on our network while protecting the privacy and decisions of individual cardholders. This is exactly how we would manage the process for any other appropriate, like a bicycle shop or sporting goods store," the MasterCard spokesperson said. An American Express spokesperson said that when ISO develops a new code, the company works with third-party processors and partners on the implementation. It is important to note that codes are one of many data points that help us understand the industries in which our merchants operate, the spokesperson told outlets. "We are focused on ensuring that we have the right controls in place to meet our regulatory and fiduciary responsibilities, as well as prevent illegal activity on our network."
Fidouche.
In a statement on September 10th, Visa said it would adopt the ISO's new merchant code. Following ISO's decision to establish a new merchant category code, Visa will proceed with next steps, while ensuring we protect all legal commerce on the Visa network in accordance with our long-standing rules, it said, reported the Associated Press.
Yeah, they really want to get that list, buddy. Oh man, is they're really they're it's really moving towards they want to know everything and anything about you. Uh, what you buy, what you watch, what you read. They really want to get all up in your business. This reminds me of communist countries out there.
I kill a communist for fun. But for a green card, I'm gonna carve him up real nice.
You tell them, Tony. You tell them. Yeah, man. It's kind of rough. It's kind of rough where they really want to get to know everything and everything about you. Why you all in my grill? Exactly. Why you all in my grill? Says Stinger. Uh, I hope. Hey, PPL. Wait, is that? Are you PPL Electric? How are you? PPL, how are you? I'm ready for a coffee. All right, I got you covered. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry, FPL. Wow, FPL. I was thinking of my electricity bill. I was thinking of my electricity bill. Angie, how are you? That just makes me need, yes, need the Lou, and not Lou that we know of, but the Lou. Shout out to people from Scotland. I hope you're doing well. Gunny, what's going on, brother? Number 2 on the Lou. Yes. Can I get a number 2 on the Lou? Be careful when you ask that at restaurants, fast food restaurants. They might send something else over. Anyway, so where are we on time? All right, I got a few minutes. So one of the things that I do want to mention is that I wonder why I didn't have this article, man. I thought I had the sound clip ready, but I do want to mention everybody. This is we're this Monday, man. I hope everyone had a safe weekend, and to be sure to get yourself ready because apparently, right now, summer is over. Right? It's pretty much over right now. Summer. That's usually around this time when kids go back to school. That's when you get that feeling like, yeah, summer's done And it's time to. Oh, Gunny, not for you. Gunny says not here. You're in Canada. It's always cold over there, isn't it? Beautiful here. Uh, that's in Scotland, right? Hmm. Yeah. It's always sunny. Yes, of course. If you're in the Florida area, it's always hot. It's always hot. So, but usually for the most part, at least when I remember I was in school, that's when I know. That's when I knew summer was over. Is when I had to go back to school, right? And same thing for the parents. Kids have to go to sleep at a reasonable time. They have to go back to work. They have to try to get these kids back on a schedule. Stinger says, "I'm always what? I'm always naked. What is this? I'm always naked. It feels great." Angie, stop looking. People are always having fun in the chat. So if you guys want to join in on the fun, go to download the Podbean app and come and join us live uh, Monday through Friday, hopefully. Uh, just download the Podbean app and come and look for Coffee with RW. Yours truly, Ralph William, the Ralph William podcast. So now is that it's about that time. It's gonna start getting colder. I hear, since this is Coffee with RW, that pumpkin spice is already out and about, lurking in a coffee shop near you. Is anybody into the pumpkin spice coffees? I hear there's pumpkin spice everything. I'm only here for Angie. Yes, she invited. That's fine. No worries. You're not a pumpkin spice fan, Gunny? Not a pumpkin spice fan? It is what it is. But if you are a pumpkin spice fan, apparently they have put the the flavor out already. You can of course find it on your Starbucks, your Dunkin' Donuts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So prepare yourself. I guess that's another telltale sign that summer is over and it's time for these other holiday shenanigans to happen. You know, decorating, Halloween, things like that. So, but I do want to mention that I do want to pick up a good pumpkin spice coffee. So, if you guys have a suggestion on where to get either uh, a Keurig pumpkin spice or just a regular ground pumpkin spice, let me know on Twitter at the Ralph William on Twitter or at WESN Radio on Twitter. Send us some DMs. Let us know a good brand of pumpkin spice coffee for the season, because it is the season. And let's see if there's going to be, because if we're going to get locked down again, then we might as well, uh, you know, we might as well be all pumpkin spiced out. We all might as well be all pumpkin spiced out. That's what I say. So let me see what is going on here in the chat. If I missed anything, do you guys in Scotland, Angie? Do you guys have pumpkin spice? Do you care about things like that over there, or not really? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, you have it. Okay. What do you say about the flavor? Is that something that you're into? Is there a specific well besides you're in Scotland, right? You're not Irish coffee. But what would be a good coffee that is distinguishable to Scotland, right? Oh, yes. I'm over here multitasking, doing working double. doing the podcast and WESN radio. Dave, how are you, Dave? Thank you for tuning in. I wouldn't drink it personally. Oh, you're not a pumpkin spice fan? Okay. I know it's popular. Yeah. I don't go out looking for it all the time, but it's kind of like having eggnog, right? For Christmas. It's like one of those things that you need to have. Mellow Birds. What are you trying to say, Dave? Dave. Thank you for liking this show. Stay off your OnlyFans. Says um Angie says would need some whiskey. Oh damn, some whiskey in your coffee. That's a Scottish thing. That sounds about right. What's going on, Marcos? Thank you for liking the show. I appreciate it. Let's see. Let me see if I'm all caught up. An Irish coffee is lovely. Yeah, I bet. An Irish coffee is lovely. Hey, Dana Joe, good morning. So now that we know that there's going to be pumpkin spice all over the place, that's going to be the new thing now. Do want to find out what is um, a good brand of pumpkin spice to have. I want to stock up on at least one bag or one box, Keurig of pumpkin spice to have around these times. That's when you, like I said, that's when you know these the summertime is over. Maybe it's different for some people around the world, but you know, it is what it is. But unfortunately, it's not going to be cheap, right? Because of inflation. Inflation is here. It's here to stay. Um, but hey, the current administration is going to make sure that they keep on sending money to Ukraine because that's what's important, right? Sending money to Ukraine, making sure that they have all the ammunition and all the aid that they can uh, to keep it going, right? To keep this war going. But we have someone here, which I'm going to be playing a clip of. We have Rand Paul. Rand Paul has is pretty much saying, what we're saying out loud, right? Especially in Kentucky, that's been plagued with some water issues, right?
Between those in Washington and those on the ground. Like in Kentucky, we lost 40 people to severe flooding recently in eastern Kentucky. Hundreds of homes were lost, and I was just out there. Not one person said, "Can you please send more money to Ukraine?" They said, "We're a rich country, and we're having trouble digging our ditches, repairing our roads, and all of the basic functions of government, and yet the politicians in Washington want to send another $13 billion." After they send this $13 billion, we'll have sent over $50 billion to Ukraine. And people in eastern Kentucky are saying, how come we can't repair our roads? And so I find nobody in Kentucky coming up and say, please send more of our money overseas. And yet in Washington, it's not just Democrats. You got Democrats and all the Republican leadership lining up and saying, please send more of our money to Ukraine. But I'm not hearing it at home at all.
Now, you talk about that disconnect, Senator, and today President Biden unveiled one of his new so-called accomplishments.
Made in America is no longer just a slogan. Earlier this year, I went to Lockheed's factory in Alabama. They're making the Javelin missile that we're supplying to Ukraine.
Senator, how does the production of Javelin missiles for Ukraine help Americans? I guess except the Americans at the factory, I guess.
Yeah, I've never really been big on looking at arms programs as jobs programs. I think that our weapons are uniquely owned by the taxpayer, even if private organizations make these. And when they shouldn't be something that's like, oh, well, let's give more weapons to create jobs by, getting involved in more wars overseas. No, we don't really have the money to do this. We're $30 trillion in the hole, and it's inflationary. You borrow more money to buy weapons, it also causes inflation. And so really what I hear still around Kentucky and around the U.S. is my gas costs so much, we can't go on vacation this year. The groceries cost so much. I'm a senior citizen. My check is getting thinner and thinner. I can't afford to do the things I want to do because of inflation. And they all instinctively know this is from the massive debts, the massive borrowing, and the huge COVID lockdowns and all the mistakes that were foisted upon us by Democrats, by Biden, by the Democrat Congress. And so I think there's a huge wave building. I really still think there's a huge wave building
I do too.
of discontent, and people are going to want to throw the bums out who have caused all this inflation.
Yeah, and everything's tightening. You see that with the Blake Masters race, 2 points or 3 points, the new Emerson poll, Fetterman in Pennsylvania. And you've got your own race in Tennessee, Senator, but you've got a healthy lead. I know you're not taking anything for granted. I'm in Kentucky, excuse me. I don't know why I said Tennessee. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know what my lead is like in
Yankee
Tennessee,
at heart.
but my lead in Kentucky.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
We are fighting hard in Kentucky, and things are narrowing across the U.S., but we're fighting hard here. And if people want to go to randpaul.com, they can find out more about our race. But we're fighting hard to let people know that I'm a different kind of Republican. I'm a kind of Republican that doesn't fly around the world at taxpayer expense. I'm a kind of Republican who also says, you know what, I'm going to give money back to the Treasury from my office. I'm not going to spend all the money they give me. I'm going to give back. So my office has actually given back over $5 million to the Treasury.
That's awesome.
Wow, a Republican giving back money. Oh, snap. Well, there you go, man. Rand Paul really letting you guys know that we have flooding in Kentucky. You know, I'm sure there's. I saw a couple of videos on TikTok of people of filming in my neck of the woods. Well, not I'm not near this area, but it is in Philadelphia, right? I'm quite a ways away from Philly, but man, that place looks so bad, so bad that they're showing in Philadelphia. They're showing videos of people just hanging around the streets, garbage on the floor, people just looking like zombies at 7 a.m. in the morning. I mean, it's pretty bad looking, man. Eh, I'm sure it's like this in every other state, major city area, especially in places like New York and California, of course. But there is nothing being done about these areas. It's pretty bad, and a lot of the money that we're sending overseas could be helpful here to fix up the infrastructure, just like Rand Paul has said in the clip that I played, and is not being done. You know, we rather send stuff overseas and let everybody suffer where we're at, and it's rough. And I mean, I'm in a way when I first came here where I'm at, uh, I, in a way I was a little because I grew up in a city area, so I wasn't used to a lot of like the countryside or your neighbor being like a block away type of deal. But now I've grown to appreciate it and I kind of like enjoy it. Now I enjoy the silence, the quietness. You know, it's actually better for your mental state. But I feel bad for people that are in these cities, man, and especially the kids that nowadays they have to get up and go out and go to school in places like this, and you know seeing garbage on the ground and crazy people getting stabbed or shot. It's sickening. It's sickening, man. It sucks, but it is what people may. So hey, remember, there's gonna be some voting coming soon. So I hope everyone is in your area, wherever voting occurs, that you're doing your due diligence and making sure that you pick the correct candidate for your hometown. I know Florida already has one. I'm here in PA, so I got my eyes on some individuals. Hopefully, they do the right thing and however side you pick, make sure it's someone that's going to do their job, right? It's going to do their job. I prefer someone that's going to uphold the Constitution because this is where I live, right? I'm not. I'm not going to be saying, "Hey, I want somebody to implement more Cuban type laws." No, this is not Cuba. We're in the United States. This is what we do. This is how we need to handle it. But anyway, I'm getting crazy now. Uh, Thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Coffee with RW. We'll be right back.
Fair use is hugely important.
Hey, hey, come here. Listen. Get close. Can you hear me? Are you wearing your mask? Did you get your vaccine? Damn.
Hey, listen, you're not listening around for your podcast when he's live. There's something seriously wrong with you. You gotta get yourself checked out. Go ask Dr. Fauci.
What a moron.
Hey, are you looking for a company that provides welding services? You need to create a container home? Then look no further. Go check out HernandezMobileWelding.com. That's HernandezMobileWelding.com, a licensed and insured welding company that is located in the Florida area. Make sure to give them a call at 954 347 4071. That's 954 347 4071. They're based out of Florida for all your welding needs. That's 954 347 4071. Hernandez Mobile Welding.
Having conversations about society, one cup at a time. Coffee with RW. Pour yourself a cup and join us.
You know, as I'm sipping on my black coffee, and it takes a special kind of person to enjoy your black coffee. I'm thinking of like some weird flavors of coffee nowadays. And I was just noticing, like, yo, there's so many different kinds of coffee creamers out there that some are appealing, obviously, but some are just like out there. Like, I saw one that was like Fruity Pebble coffee creamer. I'm like, yo, Fruity Pebble coffee creamer? Really? That sounds pretty interesting. But then again, I mean, if you want to just have some cereal for as a coffee, then just have some cereal. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's about having too many flavors that too many choices. Too many choices nowadays. Hobo chillin', how are you, Hobo? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you for liking the show, FPL. Um, so one thing that I do want to mention, oh, what's going on, Daddy Hoff? How are you, sir? Good morning to you. How's the baby? How's the wife? How's the family? Hope everything is well. Thank you for joining and having your cup of coffee with yours truly, Ralph William. The morning show that'll make you hate all morning shows. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find me on WESN, the Epic Strategies Network. You can download our mobile app, or you can go to epicstrategiesnetwork.com, or you can ask Alexa to start WESN live, and you can tune in at any time. No excuses. Tune in and give us a review. Everyone's well. Thank you. No problem, Hoff. Hope you're doing well. Thanks. So, yeah, the different coffees is nuts. Anyway, talking about Ukraine, I found an article really quick that I do want to mention that there was a security breach, right? Cyber security, um, with NATO that I thought was kind of interesting. Apparently, they were able to find some dark web, putting stuff on the dark web so people can buy it. I believe it was weaponry I don't know if it was. I gotta. Well, we'll listen to the article really soon. I don't know if it was weapons from Ukraine that was being used on Russia, or weapons that Russia was using on Ukraine. But either way, it was like a detailed blueprint on the type of weapons that were being used. And apparently, that's people can purchase that on the dark web. So this is just another way of them. Well, I'm assuming prolonging this war, man. Because from what I remember a long time ago, if you guys remember, paid attention, I mentioned that uh, one general put out that this war that's happening between these two could be over very quickly, just because of the geographics and the amount of weaponry that Russia has over Ukraine. And I believe the fact that the United States now, since we're sending so much aid to them and weapons, and you just heard a clip earlier, Biden is creating, making factories, creating javelins to send to Ukraine. It's like they're prolonging. It's like this fight could be over in 5 seconds, but they're making it last this long for some reason. Well, I mean, the reason is they want to keep printing money to send so that we can deflate the value of the dollar, right? Just from my understanding. But here's the article that I came across. Speaking of some leaked documents from NATO. Oh, that's not it. I'm a little rusty. I'm a little rusty.
Portugal's General Staff of the Armed Forces, EMGFA, has been targeted by a prolonged and unprecedented cyber attack, resulting in the leak of a raft of secret NATO documents, local media outlets reported on Thursday. According to Diário de Notícias newspaper, the Portuguese government was not even aware of the attack until the U.S. informed it of the breach, which has been classified by the nation's authorities as extremely serious. The outlet's sources claim that it was the U.S. intelligence community that found hundreds of confidential or secret NATO documents put up for sale on the dark web. According to the report, the notice on the discovery was sent directly to Antonio Costa, the nation's prime minister, last August. A spokesperson for the U.S. Embassy in Lisbon would neither confirm nor deny the report, saying they do not comment on intelligence matters. The report indicates that the General Staff has conducted a comprehensive audit of its internal systems and managed to identify the computers from which the NATO documents were stolen. The agency also found that rules related to the secure transmission of classified documents had been broken. This cyber attack was prolonged in time and undetectable and used bots programmed to detect types of document, one of the outlet's sources noted, adding that information was extracted in several phases. The outlet says that NATO will demand explanations and guarantees from the Portuguese government, and an unnamed official told the outlet that the government can guarantee that its armed forces will work daily so that Portugal's credibility, as a founding member of the Atlantic Alliance, remains intact. The data leak comes after NATO claimed in late August that the bloc was investigating a hacking of missile firm MBDA by unknown malicious actors. According to media reports, the hackers had put blueprints of weapons used by Ukraine in its conflict with Russia on sale on the dark web.
So yeah, so like you've heard, it was blueprints of weapons from Russia on Ukraine. So it's like they're making this fight last long. And speaking of fight, on a side note, I do want to mention from I think there was a fight on UFC. Nate Diaz. Apparently, if I remember correctly, they had a change in the card, and Nate Diaz had to fight somebody else, and he won due to a choke. So shout out to Nate Diaz doing his thing. I believe his contract is over. I don't know if he's going to keep on going, but shout out to Nate Diaz, who is I believe at one point, I don't know if he still is, was a vegan. Just wanted to throw that out there. Still choking people out, and pretty healthy guy. Not a great win loss record, but he still did pretty good. Area, how are you? What's going on, Area 81? So yeah, big shout out to Nate Diaz for his win. I don't know if they're gonna maybe give him another fight with the guy he was actually supposed to fight. but I guess people are going to be asking for it. I guess it's just like another way of the prolonging Nate Diaz's career. So, shout out to Nate Diaz. Let's see. So, I believe that this war that's continuing on. I don't know how far they're trying to stretch this out. How long has this war has been going on so far? Um, I think I wonder if they're gonna do it. I guarantee. Do you think it's gonna end after midterm elections, or you think they're gonna stretch this out until 2024? Do you think? Because usually from what I hear, right, that when the stock market crashes and all that stuff, that usually because of a war, right? And then once the war is over, then that's when that happens, and then that's when we're living out on our your quote unquote depression, right? I'm already depressed now from the markets. I'm not making a lot of money. Hobo says only Trump can stop it. No, I don't think so. No, Hobo. I think even if this fool Trump, if he does run and wins, um, he's gonna because for some reason, like I get the impression, like all right, so when he first had his term, the country was doing well. Nobody can deny it, right? There was a lot of things that was implemented, whether it was through him or people who he was, who was working for him, whatever. They did implement good things for the country, right? And that's where you saw good, low gas prices, high uh, wages and unemployment low and things like that. So if he does get into office again, uh, we might have to see how he does when the country is doing bad, right? Because the current administration is pretty much running this country into the ground at the moment, right? High crime, uh, unemployment, inflation, you know, immigration, you know, a lot of bad things happening around the country. So let's see how he would be able to handle a country like that, right? Like what would his administration implement, to get out of that? And and we've seen lately, if anybody's been paying attention to the news, anybody that's worked for Trump or has been involved in Trump's circle has been investigated or arrested or taken to custody by officials, like the FBI and police officers. So they're pretty much trying to make sure that anybody that even whispers the name Trump is uh, is looked at funny, which is usually what happens even with me, right? when I mention Trumpy Bear, that's usually how people look at me. But that's fine. I'm not saying that he's the end all be all and all is good, but things were a lot better when he was around. Just saying. I don't know if that's done by design. We can debate that all day, but the guy that's in office now isn't really doing much, you know. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Let's see what else I have here on the sound clip board.
After the food crisis.
Speaking of, let's get into some. Here's something that I found quite interesting about Africa and some of the things that are being done on the DL. Maybe Hobo might find some of this interesting. I don't know. But here's some things that are happening around the DL with the current administration and a lot of the globalists and people with money trying to get Africa And to their point, feeding Africans and making them into, I guess, an agricultural superpower. I don't know, but we'll see. But if you have people like Bill Gates running that show, then be prepared for a lot of GMOs and a lot of. Now, I might be wrong when I say this statement. I might be wrong. You might think of it in different ways. A lot of people are saying that there's a lot of starving, hungry, unhealthy people in Africa, right? Now, you might find that true in in most areas there. I'm not familiar with that. I've never gone there, right? But the one thing that I do want to mention is that since they have not really acquired a Western type diet, they don't see a lot of the Western type of diseases, right? I'm sure they get a lot of other types of diseases, right, from being, you know, maybe not a lot of good medications and things like that. But their diet consists mostly of, I think, um their types of vegetables over there. So in a way, they're a lot healthier and more vigorous than a lot of people here in the United States, man. Just want to put that out there. And if we're trying to bring them up to speed in agriculture or make them more modernized, like here in the United States, that's not necessarily a good thing. We don't need any more, you know, unhealthy people. Well, it depends on how they go, but let's hear this. Let's hear this propaganda.
After the food crisis of 2008, the Obama administration collaborated with USAID to begin a long-term strategy to help certain African
Don't get upset over this.
countries become more self-sufficient during times of emergency. Since then, both Obama and Biden have been quietly supporting the development of Africa's green revolution, and have even more so lately due to COVID-19, climate change, and the war in Ukraine.
Finally, Africa is a priority for the Biden administration. In a video message, President Biden extended greetings to African leaders and the African people as they gathered for the 34th annual AU Summit this past weekend.
There is no doubt that our nations, our people, the African Union, were up to this task.
And for globalists who wouldn't let a good crisis go to waste, this amount of urgency is like winning a jackpot.
So never let a crisis go to waste, but we really do need this financial support from the Congress to be able to meet emergency food needs so we don't see the cascading deadly effects of Russia's war extend into Africa and beyond.
It's a good thing this exact set of scenarios was planned for in 2015.
How much of a crisis do we need to unlock some of that inertia so that people say, that's not going to work anymore. We have to try something radically different.
This support includes funding for the African Union's Agenda 2063 and the World Economic Forum's Grow Africa initiative through USAID and Feed the Future.
In the United States, we launched our new initiative called Feed the Future, which works in partnership with 12 African countries.
Now, it's not just agriculture. We're building on African-led initiatives, such as the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, which, when fully implemented, will comprise the 5th largest economic bloc in the world, and also the African Union's Agenda 2063.
But we need to do everything we can quickly and then show that we're reaching and benefiting smallholder farmers, women, children who otherwise wouldn't have enough to eat.
And you might ask yourself, what does Africa have to do with Ukraine? It turns out that many African countries rely on Ukraine for various types of crops, according to the United Nations. And due to the war, the food crisis in Africa has only been exacerbated.
What we're seeing in 2021 is unfolded now to be exacerbated or put on steroids because of the Ukrainian situation.
The Russian invasion of Ukraine has actually led to increasing prices, not just of food, but also fertilizer.
Caused by the Russian-Ukraine conflict have hit Africa harder than other developing regions of the world.
Grow Africa was created to not only help African farmers become self-sufficient in times of crisis, but perhaps more importantly, to enable African farmers in being prepared to supply the world.
The fact is, the world cannot feed itself without the African farmer in the coming decades.
Agenda 2063 is a 50-year-long plan with 10 flagship projects to turn Africa into a global powerhouse, which incorporates many of the Agenda 2030 ideals. Due to the anticipated population growth and United Nations projections of 9 billion people by 2050, these long-term ambitions may form a Wakanda of sorts. But in the interests of the World Economic Forum, the United States government, and other outside investors, Biden himself has stated that Africa has particular resources that are of value, similar to both Wakanda's abundance of vibranium and Avatar's supply of unobtainium.
I mean, look at all that cheddar.
America is excited about the prospects of Africa because Africa possesses two incredible resources: an overwhelming abundance of natural resources and the resources of its people.
We have seen what the Green Revolution has done to farmers in India.
It's been called the largest protest in human history.
8 farmers have killed themselves every day in the last 4 years in Maharashtra.
The mounting burden of debt became too much for Jasveer, and he hung himself in one of the rooms in their house. His case is not unique. Debt plagues more than half of India's 90 million farming households.
Will the farmers in Africa be dealt that same fate? On September 28th, Biden will be hosting the second ever White House Conference on Hunger, Nutrition, and Health, with the goal of ending hunger and increasing healthy eating by 2030. This happens to be the United Nations goal number 2 of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals.
This September, for the first time in 50 years, I'll be convening a White House Conference on Hunger, Nutrition, and Health.
However, if you ask anybody, they are most likely not to have heard about this event. It has not been picked up by the press much either. Why would the mainstream media not report on one of the most important events of the year? And why have no celebrity bodybuilders been asked to speak at the conference? Perhaps this is not meant to garner much public attention. Maybe we are meant to be distracted and not ask any questions.
Yeah, what are called GMOs are done by changing the genes of the plant. It's kind of a second round of the Green Revolution. And so the Africans, I think, will choose to let their people have enough to eat.
Agriculture is not a way of life. Agriculture is not a development sector. Agriculture is a business, right? It's going to be in 2050 a $1 trillion business. But we are going to have a population of additional, maybe close to 1 billion people, which means others are going to be feeding Africa. No, Africa must wake up and take advantage of agriculture.
We're betting on each other, Africa on America and America on Africa, and what we can accomplish together for the enormous benefit of our people.
With all due respect, King T'Challa, what can a nation of farmers have to offer the rest of the world?
Oh boy. Yeah, good old Biden sticking his nose into Africa. So I don't know how people might feel about that. I wish I had some stats to pull up right now just to see, like, how starvation, is, if it's how big of a deal it is over there. But the last time I remember hearing, of one country going into another country to help them, it ended up being bad for them. So I don't know. Um, and just the fact of Biden saying like the two biggest resources in Africa is their land and their people, it kind of sent me some bad vibes down my spine when he said their people. Like, are they going to be pushing Africans to be more farmers and then force them to produce this GMO crop that Bill Gates is investing in? So how are they going to help them? Like, are they going to give them money? Are they going to give them more land, like places to live, eat? What? Oh, you can have more food as long as you farm for us. And of course, they mentioned India. I don't know if Hobo has any insight on that, but it seems like farmers there who had to produce for these big companies, uh, they pretty much were given the bad end of the stick. And of course, as they mentioned, there was a lot of high suicide rates in farmers in India. So how's that going to work out in Africa? I don't know. I don't know. Eh, One thing that I do agree uh, with people who are Democrat or far left or however you want to say it, that don't believe in the constitutional republic, is that the United States has put their nose in everybody else's business. Like I do agree with that, and that's something that should be talked about and really looked at for anybody that's going into office. Like that's one of the we need to fix things at home first, and not be so involved in other people's business. But this globalist thinking, this community thinking, it, if they make it seem like it's for the good for everybody, but no, there's always going to be special interests involved, and people need to stop making making it seem like it's for the better, it's for the greater good for someone else when it really isn't. Stinger says, "I'm almost, I'm almost sure America's worshiping, uh, devil worshiping ways isn't going to help anyone." Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Uh, Area says, "I bet I bet $1,000 that the politicians and the people in power will take it all." Yeah. So let's hello DMAC. U.S. has forever put their noses in other countries' business. Yes, exactly. The the one thing like Ariel was saying, when when this Africa initiative happens, and if they become forced, however you want to say it, forced, coerced, paid to become more agriculturally powerful, most of that export is, or most of the food that they're going to be farming, I'm pretty sure is going to be exported, right? They're going to be like, oh, we're trying to feed Africans, but hey, 90% of the food is going to be exported to other countries. Is that really going to be feeding uh, actual people from Africa? Hmm? I wonder if Africans like, hey, I want my McDonald's too. Does that mean like they're going to be importing or they're going to be building uh, corporations in Africa? Huh. I wonder if like the local militias in Africa are going to let that happen. Or who's going to protect the farmers from local militia? Hmm. America's got to stop getting into like DMAX says, into other people's business. So everybody, I want to say thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Ralph William Coffee with RW. Yours truly. You can find me on the WESN Epic Strategies Network and wherever you get your podcasts. You can download my podcast episodes on Spotify, you know, all that other stuff. Yakety yakety yak. Follow me on Twitter at the Ralph William. And you can go to WESN Radio on Twitter as well and follow the station over there. Hey, Shorty, how are you? And definitely the show's not over, but I just like to drop some little commercials here and there. Make sure to go check out other great shows on WESN, the Epic Strategies Network. We have Slacker 82 Alpha on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. And if you're in the Colorado area, make sure, or if you're not, you can buy some of these LED lighting. You can go to glowflowdenver.com glowflowdenver.com. That's glowflowdenver.com, and get your hands on some LED lightings. They got hats that lights up, especially now when Halloween is coming up. You want to decorate your home. You want to be a little more flashy if you're doing live streams. You want to wear a hat with a message on it. Go to glowflowdenver.com or find them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and inquire about their products today. For the ladies, they have a glowing purse that you guys can pick up if you want to be more flashy. Fellas, they have some nice caps that you can wear for, if you want to put a message on it. I want to get a hat that says WESN going across it. So I'm going to be getting into that soon. And also, you can customize uh, whatever it is that they sell. They have glasses there that lights up. They look pretty cool, man. So make sure to go to glowflowdenver.com and go pick up some cool stuff, man. I'm sure they have a great sale. I think they have a sale every month. So go to glowflowdenver.com and find out what sale they have today. That's glowflowdenver.com. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. All right. Oh, so I hope everyone is doing great, man. Hi, Mama Bear. What's going on? Saturday night smoke. I hope you're doing well. Let me take a sip of my coffee. For those of you that are just joining us, if you don't have one, here you go. You can't go wrong with
un cafecito.
Because that's what I need in the morning is a nice hot cup of coffee. Yes. Good morning, everyone, says JP. Yeah, man. So I do want to mention what do I want to mention? I want to mention I hope everyone was doing well, man. It's, it's funny. I went on a little vacation, right? I don't want to say like a vacation, just on a hiatus. And I really enjoyed the um the time the time that I got. And it's like clockwork. When I come back, it's like summertime is like completely over because right now it's been raining for the past few days and the temperature is not quite summertime like. So it's like I feel like we're already into autumn. I feel like I'm gonna be getting hit with snowstorms already. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this at all. Well, I know for some of you, you're not in the. Excuse me. For some of you, you're not in the. You're not in cold weather right now. But even in Florida, your winter is still like what, 50 degrees, 60 degrees. There's still people walking around, with sweaters over there. I'll say good morning, everyone. How are you, Mama Bear? Hope you're doing well. uh, do your house, what? Do your hiatus sooner. Yes. Do your hiatus sooner. Yeah, I might need to. I might need to when I start seeing some white stuff hit the ground, then yeah, I'm going to leave. And I don't mean the white stuff that you might find in Studio 54. Is that dating myself? I don't know. Some of you might get it. It's a lot of white stuff. Speaking of white stuff, all right, let's continue on. Let me see what sound clip this is.
Here's what happened in the U.S. today.
Here's here's something that I found that I thought was pretty good to just to give you a quick summary of what's been going on. I think they do this on a daily. Everything that I play, you can find in the description box of the podcast. So if you want to go reference it yourself or follow them, uh, it's right there in the description box. So go check it out. There you go.
Here's what happened in the U.S. today. A federal judge dismissed former President Donald Trump's lawsuit against Hillary Clinton and top FBI officials, saying it contained glaring structural deficiencies and that many of the characterizations of events were implausible. The Department of Justice and former President Donald Trump's legal team each proposed candidates for the role of an independent arbiter into the investigation of classified documents found at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. A Texas man pled guilty to a felony charge for his actions committed during the January 6th attack on the Capitol. The founder of the Hawaii Proud Boys chapter pled guilty to a felony charge for his actions committed during the January 6th attack on the Capitol. An Illinois man pled guilty to felony charges for assaulting a law enforcement officer and assaulting a member of the media during the January 6th attack on the Capitol. A group of election security experts are urging Georgia election officials to replace the state's electronic voting systems with hand-marked paper ballots, noting that they increase the risk of an undetected cyber attack and the risks of accusations of fraud and election manipulation.
There you go. That's a nice little quick summary of what's been going on. And that last part kind of makes sense, right? With all this talk about fraud, whether it's true or not, maybe it's time to bring it back to paper ballots, right? Are we going to be locked down again? I don't think so, right? We're about a month away, maybe less, to the next election. Well, at least the midterm elections, right? So I don't think they can pull off any shenanigans to keep people from the polls. But let me ask you guys in the chat: are you guys going to go do some vote? I know there's some of you that are overseas, but for my American folks, are you into going to go vote? Are they still sending mail order ballots? What say you? What's going on, Mark? You seem new here. How are you, sir? So, Stinger says, just mail order brides. Just mail order brides. That's the only mail you'll take. Well, regardless of the fact, I hope everyone takes the opportunity to do some type of voting, because you never know. I'll vote in person, says Saturday. All right, good for you, buddy. Good for you. I might have to brush up on voting in person, to be honest with you. I might have to go do that. I've been transparent. I've told everybody. I think like the last time I voted was in person was with Obama. Boy, did I kick myself in the butt for that.
It's my dick in a box.
Oops. Wrong button. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing great. Thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Coffee with RW, and we'll be right back.
CaresNone.com. It's a clothing line. It's a lifestyle. Go to CaresNone.com. Check out their clothing line. It's fantastic. Use code GRAYAREA15 and you get 15% off. That's DAGRAYAREA15 and you get 15% off. CaresNone.com.
Oh, yeah.
Are you uncertain about what's going on in your life? Or maybe you're trying to help someone else out fix theirs? Then I recommend you go to wholeeshift.com. That's wholeeshift.com. WHOLE, another E, SHIFT.com. And get yourself a reading from Poetic. She's a Reiki healer and is very experienced in this area. So make sure to go to wholeeshift.com, get yourself a reading today, or you can get it as a gift card and give it to someone who might need it. That's wholeeshift.com. Let them know Ralph William sent you. That's wholeeshift.com.
Hey, does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee? I just made a fresh pot of coffee. Does anybody want coffee?
Coffee with RW.
Oh, yes. Nothing like some shenanigans to brighten up your day. Gotta love the shenanigans. So I hope everyone is starting off your week well, man. I want to know what's on your mind. Let me know if there's anything that you want to put out there in the universe in terms of I don't know, Any small businesses? Any things to look forward to? I know it's just Monday. We got to get cracking, and 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 doing our best to get through the week, even though we just started. But has anybody gotten their Halloween costume yet? I know it's pretty early, but that seems to be like the next holiday, right? Halloween. What kind of? I always wondered, like, what kind of a costume Angie would wear for Halloween. Ooh, Shorty, yeah. What kind of costume would you wear, Shorty? No way, Ralph. I've shared enough, says Mama Bear. Wait, what? Uh, I've wondered, Angie, what kind of Halloween costume would you wear? You seem like you would be you would have a nice little costume. That's what I was saying. So Shorty says, I'm a belly dancer. Nice. Now that's uh it's a creative costume, but you don't have to work very hard to make that costume. Because a belly dancer costume is usually just some baggy ass pajamas, and you can just cut a shirt halfway. You're not really working very hard on your costume, which I hey, more power to you, yo. Do the most with what you got. I like it. I don't think Logan. Mama Bear says I don't think Logan even thought of it. well, well, the costume for him. Eh, I was talking about you, but hey, I'm sure Logan is gonna dress up as a Call of Duty character. Maybe. Uh, Angie says I'll go as Nessie, the Loch Ness monster. Is that what you're saying? Hmm. That's usually just you waking up in the morning without your coffee. That's your costume right there. That would be my costume. I'm more like Sasquatch when a short version of Sasquatch when I wake up in the morning without my coffee. uh, hey, I make fun of myself too. Come on. Let's see. Mama Bear says, I don't dress up. I've put blink what? I'm sorry. I put blinking lights in my head. Okay. You sure you don't dress up? You seem like you would dress up, Mama Bear. Angie says, you have never seen me first thing in the morning. Of course not. I mean, something that I wouldn't mind. You know, we all look kind of upset in the morning when we just wake up, especially without my coffee. Wait, do you even drink coffee, Angie, or you're a tea drinker? You're a tea drinker, Angie? Oh boy. All right. Oh, let's hear from the person herself. Hey, Angie.
I can't be bothered typing in.
I know it's too
I've
early for
been,
you.
no, it's
Oh no,
quarter
it's too
past
early for
2.
me.
See,
Go ahead.
JP knows I like a latte, but I've been off my coffees and stuff the past few days. I had a cup of tea
Oh,
this morning.
yeah. You sound a little congested. You a little sick?
I've had COVID. I've had COVID.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. So feeling a bit crap,
Yeah.
but I'm fine.
Are you
Bloody
are they giving you like a week off from work or what?
no, I've taken a few days off. I can't go in like this.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So yeah,
I at least I give it this about COVID is that at least I don't know about you guys, but over here at least they let you have like 10 days off, and it doesn't go against your regular sick days. I don't know how it is now, but
but you're supposed to get on with it here. You don't even
you're
have to
supposed to what?
isolate here.
Mm. What kind of tea you drinking? Oh, she's coughing up a storm right now. But
No, you don't. You don't even have to isolate here anymore.
Oh no. Okay, cool.
No.
But at
But
least
obviously,
they let you
if you're
stay
not
home.
well, then you're not well. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, you can't be going up coughing up on your kids.
No, and I'm not taking this into other people.
Mm-hmm. I hear that. So what's a good tea that you've been drinking?
I've been drinking my Rubicon, that's all, just my spring water juice.
That sounds pretty good. What's spring water juice?
It's cherry spring water. It's spring water with cherry in it.
Oh, spring water. Okay, okay. I thought
Uh,
I thought it was like a homemade like fruit juice that you made.
No. I should be drinking something hot and maybe lemon and honey or something, but
Yeah,
no, it's
lemon,
fine.
honey, and ginger. That's usually a good combo for that.
Yeah.
Should give it a shot. Made
Yeah.
from made from what?
Mark.
Girders?
Mark.
What's girders?
Mark. Let me tell
Do you
you
know this
something.
individual?
No, I don't. Well, I've got a rough idea. I think maybe somebody's on 2 devices now. But anyway, the point of the matter
Oh, made from
is,
Scottish muddy waters.
waters.
Oh my god.
Yeah, something like that. Well, didn't you all
Anyways,
go about wearing Jimmy hats and shouting "Okay, the new" and "See you, Jimmy" and everything like that? People seem to
okay,
think. Sorry.
that's fine. Let that all that stuff come out. I wonder if VIX is VIX a thing over there? Or is that just the United
But
States?
yeah, Do you know how much that is for a wee jar of that bloody stuff? £6.40.
It's a lot of money. I think there's a lot of money here
Yeah, it
too.
is.
In every Spanish household, you got to have at least 2 or 3 of those bottles. And in the Spanish household, we always use
That's
that
ridiculous.
for everything. Nothing like a little what? Nothing like a bit of vaporize. Yes, vapor rub. That's what that is.
Caps, we already get the 19th anyway, because we get the September weekend, so we get a Friday and the Monday off.
You
But
guys
you'll
have
probably get a
holiday coming up?
holiday as well for him. What is it? Coronation or something? I reckon. I don't know what it is. I've actually got it on in the telly just now because it's in Edinburgh.
It's a what?
The Queen thing. Hey, Stinger.
Oh, okay. My condolences. Why am I? Where do I hear an echo?
Is it an echo? Is it me?
It might be you. Well, no, I don't hear it anymore.
Oh.
My condolences to those who lost your queen.
I'm not a big monarchy person, but it's been interesting watching it in Edinburgh and stuff like that, and the different because I go to that area quite a lot. That they're at. I've been in that St Giles Cathedral and all these places that they've been. So it's quite cool.
Nice.
And just seeing all the regiments and pipers and all the different things. It's quite interesting.
I hear that.
But it's a nice cathedral.
Do you
Well,
know a
that
lot
shows you how
about
much
that?
Caps. It wasn't Prince Philip. It was Prince Andrew.
What about Prince? I love
He's
his
saying
music.
that I see Prince Andrew touching up his daughter.
Oh. Well, that's that's what it is. He fits. They'll fit right in with Biden. Do you want to say? You want to? Can I record something from you, Angie, for WESN real quick?
What are you going to record from me?
I don't know. You can just say, "Hello, this is Angie from Scotland, and you're listening to WESN."
Okay, Doc, go for it.
All right, go for it.
Hi, this is Angie from Scotland, and you're listening to WESN with Ralph Williams.
Nice. Thank you. That should be coming up soon. He's gonna fix it up here. So, you guys familiar a lot? Are you like into? You said you're not into the monarch thing, like.
No.
But that was a big part over there, right?
Yeah, it has actually, because she had such a lovable moral. That's why. So and that's probably where she wanted to die. To be fair, because that was her place. But it's been quite a good thing because Scotland's been involved in it now. Do you know what I mean? Whereas maybe before they wouldn't have been. They maybe wouldn't have been involved in it before. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But do you know what? For all I'm not into the Queen and all that kind of thing, and I liked the Queen. I didn't mind the Queen, to be honest. And I think she put up with a lot of shit. But what was I going to say? Christ, I can't even remember now what I was going to say. My brain's mince.
Got COVID brain. No, but I mean,
That's
for
normal.
not only for you, but for a lot of people, man, she's been around for a lot of people's lifetime.
Yeah.
From what I
Well,
remember,
that's what I was going to
she's
say. Yeah.
like 70 years on this, on
Yeah,
the thing.
exactly. And I mean, the woman was 96 years old, so she had a good life. But yeah, that's what I was going to say. I feel sorry for them because it's bad enough losing. They've just lost their dad, I suppose, if you want. And now that's their mum. But they're not getting the privacy that a normal person would get. And I know that's protocol and all the rest of it and everything like that, but it must be pretty shitty having to do that. And in the public eye, do you know what I mean? And keep it together and hold your head up high. It's a hard thing to do. I wouldn't like to have to do some shit like that. You just want to be alone and be in your own grief, don't you? They've not got a choice.
Yeah, there's a hey, age man. I didn't see you in here. What's up? Yeah, when it comes to things like that, man, if you're in like a public arena, like things like that is not gonna. You're not gonna have any. Excuse me. You're not gonna have any time to grief. Especially, well, I
Yeah.
don't know about this guy that's taking over. Is he?
And I'll tell
Well,
you
what
what.
is he really taking over? Like they don't. There's no like. He's not writing any laws or anything, right? He's just a figurehead.
Yeah. See that walk that they're going to do for the Holyrood Palace up the Royal Mile?
That's like the
I'm
hardest thing
saying,
he probably has to do.
I'm not even joking. I hope they've got comfy shoes on because it's cobbles for starters and it's uphill.
Oh wow! So he's a workout. So you got to work out to be a monarch, man. Damn, that's hard work.
Exactly. It's no, they're not going to ken what's hit them.
Mm.
And it's a wee bit of a trek up there.
How old is he? The guy that's taking over.
Oh,
Is he up there in
Prince,
age?
Prince Charles. Is he no 70 something? Oh,
How
there you go.
long do we
Capsule's
have for
73.
him to
Capsule's
be
73.
like 73? So we got at least at least 10 years with him, right? If he's still in good health. Hmm.
Yeah. And he's got his wee woman, Camilla.
I mean, can you? All right, let's think of this. Can you, all of you who, and let's if you don't, then my apologies. But if you have your parents still around, they're probably like the same age as these rulers, right? That are like up there in age. Would you trust your parents, or do you think your parents, in their state of mind at like 70 or something, to run anything like their kitchen?
Mm-mm.
I mean, I
Absolutely
wouldn't.
not.
I have to like keep an eye on my mom if she tries to do something in the kitchen because she
You're
forgets.
sure.
She'll burn the kitchen down, and you got people like sort of running a whole country in a way.
Well, exactly. I don't know why it's always older people. Hey, herbalist.
Herbalist, how are you, sir?
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Caps. It's always these old biddies that kind of take over and running things. And
Yeah, or at least given the illusion that they're running things. But regardless, I mean, well, you have
crazy.
someone like Trudeau. He's like, that's pretty much what would happen if you have a young little ruler. They get quite bossy. What's up,
Sorry.
herbalist? How are you? So, when did you get sick, Angie? Like,
Um.
can you pinpoint how you got sick?
Oh yeah. I know
Oh,
exactly where it came from.
that sounds
So
interesting.
yeah, my no, like that. My daughter had
Oh,
it 2 weeks ago,
oh,
and we were out at night, so we were in close proximity to each other. Then my son took it, and then on Friday there, I wasn't feeling great when I left my work. I'm only a half day on a Friday, but yeah, herbalist, but I was sweating, like really sweating. I
mm,
just felt a bit kind of crap. Took a test, because I've not been testing because I'm not that bothered. Do you know what I mean? But I took a test because I thought I didn't feel great, and it came up a kind of faint line, and I thought, all right, okay then. But on Saturday it came up deep red. So yeah.
So, but how do you know? How is this any different from? Have you ever gotten sick before? I'm not trying to diminish it, but I'm just trying to like, how do you know the difference?
No. It's just like a bad flu, Ralph. It's just like when I get the cold, I take a cough anyway. So I mean, that's nothing different for me, and then
Right.
my chest ends up sore and everything like that. But yeah, just aching, bad headache. My stomach's been sore as well, actually. Just aching from head to foot. You just feel drained. You've no energy.
Yeah.
Aye, it's man flu.
You just don't want to do anything.
This is probably so.
Oh, Angie. Oh, I want to give you some chicken soup or some type of soup.
No, actually, I've got chicken soup in the cupboard. I've actually lost 5 pounds, which isn't a bad thing.
Oh, get sick more often.
Exactly. I was like, not really the way I want to do it, but hey ho. So yeah, but I was because I've not really had much of an appetite. But I've got chicken soup in the cupboard, and I thought, do I want that or do I not want it? I'm kind of like, I want something, but then I didn't want something. I don't know what I want, to be honest. That's what's wrong with me.
Would you say you want some ham? What was that?
I want something, and then I don't
Oh, you
want
want
something. I
something.
don't know what I
Oh,
want.
yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
What's up, Filthy? What's up, TQ? Yeah, no, I understand the feeling, man. It's like you want to have something in your system, but you don't really want to work for it. Like you don't really want to have anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
just keep
Can't
drinking
do
water
that.
and tea. Lose another 5 pounds.
I've been drinking and taking paracetamol, but I've stopped taking the paracetamol because I'm on meds anyway, quite a lot of medication. And I don't know if it's that and the paracetamol and everything that's upsetting my stomach as well. So I've gave up with that just now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always not good either. Like if you're taking a lot of medications without any food, I think that kind of messes up your stomach too.
Exactly. So I'll just drink plenty. I'll be fine.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Um. So how's your kids? Are they still sick or they're good now?
My daughter's fine. She was back at work last week. My son's still kind of got it hanging on him, but he's testing negative now, so that's good. So
Mm.
he's over the worst yet.
So
So I'm
you said
hoping
you've
that.
gotten sick or you were feeling a little under the weather on Friday.
Uh-huh.
So were you already at work Thursday and Friday? So do you think
Yep.
you might have already passed it on or
What
something?
could I? Aye. And I'm the first aider there as well, so I'm with the kids and everything. So
Mm.
that kind of bothered me. I do like that. I don't like that. I do like to think that I'm responsible for somebody else being no well.
Eh, I mean, Caps doesn't mind, right? but but well, you work with kids, right? I don't think they're gonna get very sick. They get sick regardless, anyway.
Yeah, I know, but do you know what I mean? You just didn't want to be the one that's responsible for that if you've
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
pretty shitty. Anyway, it is what it is. There's no nothing I can do about it. So
So, how long are you gonna be out? Are you gonna take it the whole week? You should take a whole week.
I don't know. Well, I'll see how I go. I'll test. I'm going to stay off tomorrow, and I'll test tomorrow and see how I am. And then I'll see how I'm Wednesday. my my aim is for Wednesday, but I can't see it, to be honest.
Hmm. Are you are you like is there anybody like coming to visit you or are you by your lonesome over there or what?
I am lonesome. I'm lonesome and I'm bored.
Oh.
Bored.
No more like Angie's Podbean just chill
No,
episodes or
no.
whatever.
I don't think I could even do it. I couldn't do a whole show.
Yeah.
Not for that.
Hmm. And so what did you guys do over the weekend? Or what did you do over the weekend?
Well, I never did anything. I was in my bed.
Yeah. No Do they
I've
give you
been
like
watching this.
like a kit for that? Like certain things that you should be drinking or taking?
No. Oh, it's
No?
just like fluid, paracetamol and fluids, isn't it? There's
Mm,
nothing else really you can do.
man, that's rough.
Shit.
That's rough.
I hate being
Let me just double check real quick. I want to hear how this thing sounds.
Oh God, hey, Mr. A.
All right. I don't know if the microphone caught it, but just gonna. I think it was good. So yeah, all right. So what do you? So besides that, how's everything?
Everyone else is fine now.
Yeah.
Diddling away.
What about
Been in my bed for 2-3 days.
You've been in your bed? Oh man, that's one of the best feelings. Hey, Mr. A. Mr. A says hello.
It's beautiful outside. I was sitting outside for a wee while today because it was so hot. So I was sitting out on my back step just for a wee while.
Oh, is it actual nice weather out right now?
It's beautiful. It's actually beautiful here today. Although, looking at it on the telly, it looks cloudy in Edinburgh, but it's absolutely gorgeous here.
Oh man, that's you might need to step out there with a cup of coffee or tea and just let the sun hit you.
Yeah. I was sitting out there eating pears.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah. Pears and my juice.
So, you haven't eaten in a while? When was the last time you ate?
I've eaten, but just not much. I've had toast today. I've had a bit of toast.
Okay. What do you usually put on your toast?
Just butter.
Ooh.
Yeah, probably. At least I'm breathing.
Yeah. Nothing says I'm alive like buttered toast and coffee. I like it.
Oh no, tea. You have to have tea with buttered toast,
Oh
Ralph.
no, that is not
Oh my
that is
God,
not the
no.
same.
No. Tea and toast, that's what you have. You don't have coffee with toast. Especially with butter in it.
What who made you? No, that is not how you do it. I'm
Yeah.
Cuban. We have buttered toast and coffee all the time. No, there's no tea. There's no tea in buttered toast.
I have tea and toast. I'm just watching it, Tracy. I've got it on in the background. They're just bringing
Mr.
it
A,
in.
you called off for work today? Oh man, you must be sick too. What's going on, buddy? You quiet quitting on us? You quiet quitting? What are you guys watching on in the news?
The Queen going to the St Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh.
Oh, they taking her there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that must be.
Hey, what? She's been about because she came from Balmoral to Holyrood. Now they're taking her to St Giles Cathedral, and then they're taking her obviously home to London. But it's the pipes the now actually. I don't know what they're piping.
This is all on foot?
Hear that?
Yeah. Oh wow. Nice.
That's her leaving Holyrood.
Rest in peace, Queen.
See when they're all. Oh,
yelling?
Tracy. See when you see them all kilted up like that and everything, it's so smart. You can say what you want about the Scots and their kilts, but when you see them like that, it's amazing.
Yeah. What are they yelling?
It's the guards shouting. No, I'm not there, TQ. I'm watching it at home.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I kept hearing a lot of other personalities saying that that people are hating on the Queen. I
Yeah.
never really understood that. I never really understood why.
You know what? You can have your opinion and all the rest of it, but keep it in your head. It's just.
Right.
Like I say, I'm not a big monarch person. I didn't wish her bad. Well, can't wish her bad anyway. She's not here anymore. But Charles is all rigged out as well now. He's got the whole uniform on. Yeah. So smart.
Can you remember any significant like things that have happened that you can remember about the Queen that stuck into your head?
Not really. Because even when she's been here, they have the Queen's garden parties here,
Hmm.
which is a privilege if you get invited to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they have that actually in Holyrood. But that place that they're at now, the Holyrood Palace, I pass there a lot picking my son up. You drive through that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really nice actually. It's at the bottom of an ancient volcano, Arthur's Seat, and it's beautiful. They've got lakes in it, but if you drive up and round it, there's wee lakes at the top of it as well. There's loads of swans on it. It's gorgeous. It is beautiful.
Cool. That's cool as hell. Yeah, like a lot of people, like I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't remember much about her. Just like w- in like news feeds or maybe like a movie clip might show something of her. Like I don't even know if it's her, but nothing really significant. Like I don't know if she was like I heard this stat that she was around when Churchill was around. That was a long
Yeah, I
time
think she
ago,
was a
man.
driver in the war.
Who her?
Yeah, for the I can't remember what it was. They were on about it this morning. But yeah, aye, she's been involved in that as well. She's been around when that was on.
Yeah, man. It's that's a long time to be in that high regard. Hmm, it's nuts. Hey, Mr. A, what's going on with you, buddy? Everything cool with you? Churchill was here first. Prime was the first prime minister. Oh, okay, gotcha.
I
You're learning
think
something
so,
about my history.
Tracy. I'm not sure if they're aye, they will be. I'm not sure if they're walking in front or behind, to be honest.
Hmm. Is the family walking behind the car?
They'll either walk in front or behind it. I'm trying to think what they did with Diana's.
Hmm. Since 1952, she's been the queen, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yes.
This is one of those historical moments, man. I wonder if anybody's going to get that kind of send off in the future, like her.
I don't know.
Hmm.
It is a historic moment.
Do they do that every year? Well, actually, no. You can't even say that because she's she's been around for so long. Uh, is uh you think they're gonna give the same send off to this guy, Charles? I don't think so.
Oh my life. She get that every year. Oh, an idiot.
That was stupid of me. Uh,
Oh god. Aye,
I
our
think
kids
they
might
will
get
with
that.
William.
There's only been this much hoo about the whole thing because it's been in Scotland and it's kind of been drawn out. I don't know because she's came for Balmoral and then she's here, so you can see Arthur's Seat. No, you can't. What am I saying? You can't see it. I'm going to say you can see Arthur's Seat, the volcano thing in the background. But anyway, it's only because she's happened to pass away in Scotland that it's got this kind of drawn out um, thing that it has got. This would never have happened.
Right.
It wouldn't have hit Scotland at all.
You don't think so?
Nah. Nah. They'd have had something, but not to this extent or being here and whatnot, and no way.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong.
Rest in peace.
Thank
Rest
you,
in
Rob.
peace. Yeah, man. I have no ill will towards her because I don't know what all that is all about. But
No, that's what I'm saying. Me either. You know what I mean? It's
she was she was in her she was an elderly woman, and and it's never a nice thing when that happens.
No.
But she was a fellow Taurus. I just found that out. So gotta give love to my fellow
Was
bulls
she?
out there. Yeah, her birthday, unless I'm wrong, her was April 21st. So not every
Oh,
day you see a Taurus in power or whatever type of power that is. What's up, Hector? Thank you for joining. The family is behind the car.
yeah.
What are you doing? Are you a sniper? What are you trying? What are you talking about? Oh, in the video, in the thing.
What's wrong with you? What not? Oh my god. Sniper. They're a bit late, are they not? It's a sniper.
You're kind of late. You're late to the party, pal.
A bit after the horses bolted.
Yeah. Oh my God. Our queen was older. Rest in peace, Betty White. Oh snap. Yeah, Mister A.
Oh, Lord.
There were some people hating on Betty White too, right? A lot of haters out there. Charles, his brothers, what? And sisters
Charles's
are
brothers and
walking
sisters
behind
are
the car.
walking behind the car. I'll tell you what, walking at the pace they're walking at, they'll not get there till the morn.
How far is that? Is it that far?
Well, it's a wee trek, aye. It's no like a mile's walk or anything like that, but it is a wee trek.
Mm. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So slow. I
Exactly,
mean, they gotta
Tracy.
stretch that out, right? Like, is this gonna be an all-day thing or what?
Well, I hope my son's gone absolutely mental, by the way, because
Why?
last night he couldn't get home because of all the bloody palaver that's going on with this. So he was stuck in Edinburgh. He ended up having to get the train, and it was so packed he was standing coming home. And then the night, I don't think he knows it yet, but this is going on till about 6 o'clock the night. So he's going to be stuck in Edinburgh again the night. I don't know how he's going to get home. And I can't go and get him because that's the area that I go to go and pick him up. So I can't go and pick him up because it's all around that area. It'll all be closed off.
Mm.
Exactly,
Wait,
Stinger.
you were gonna go pick him up?
No, I'm not going. No, I'm not going to pick him up. I can't go and pick him up. But yeah.
And here I was going to go take a shower. Mama bear.
No, you can't just yet, Tracy. Hey, Sean.
Speaking of taking showers, what's up, Sean? How are you, buddy? Where have your adventures taken you to?
That's because you're a pervert, Stinger.
What? What?
He's a
Oh,
pervert.
he's
Look at
peeking.
him.
Oh, he's peeking.
I'm peeking.
I think most guys are perverts.
True. That's true, right enough.
Yeah. She's what? Oh, she stares at me. What?
She'll see your third nipple.
You got a third nipple?
Lou has, aye.
Oh, what is happening here? TQ says
SGP.
women are worse, Ralph. Probably.
Rubbish.
Probably. Not true, says Saturday. What's not true? That women are worse or that
No, that
Stinger
women,
has
men
the
are
third nipple?
perverts. All perverts, they are.
Mm. Third nipples. No, we are not, says Shorty. Are you sure about this? Oh man, we might need to have a debate here. We might need to have a debate in the last few moments. I think women can be just as perverted. Maybe not more perverted, but just as perverted. Fight, fight, fight. Yeah, let's all get fight. Let's all
Don't be
get
like
all
Bob.
oiled up. What was that?
Don't be like Bob.
Who's Bob?
You never seen any things. It's wee cartoons. And it's like don't be a Karen, but it's don't be like Bob.
Oh, don't be. Yeah. We certainly know what Karen means. Don't be a Karen.
Don't be a Karen. Yeah, well, don't be like Bob.
Don't be like Bob. I missed that movie. What was that movie called? What About Bob? For all
What
my
about
American
Bob?
folks out there. What about Bob?
They're actually really, really close to this coffin because of the road that it is. It's the old town of Edinburgh. And because of the roads, they're really, really narrow. So they're going to be really, really close to it.
I'm gonna record something really quick for the station.
Oh.
What's going on, everybody? This is Ralph William. You're listening to Coffee with RW, taking over the jazz show. I'm over here talking with Angie from Scotland, and we're going through, I guess, the ceremony for the Queen. Is that right, Angie?
Yeah.
What are we seeing right now on the screen right now? Because
Well,
I'm not watching it.
okay, so what you're seeing right now on the screen is it's the Queen's coffin, and behind it is Prince Charles and her family, Prince Andrew, Princess Anne. They're walking behind it up the Royal Mile, which is an old part of Edinburgh. A really narrow street, really narrow. And as they get further up, it's going to be cobbles and things like that. They're taking it to St Giles Cathedral. If you Google it, you'll see what it is. It's very silent.
It's a beautiful cathedral. Have you been there?
It is a beautiful cathedral. It's lovely. It is lovely.
Do you know like how long is this going to be an all day thing? Is there like a ceremony to happen once they get there,
Yeah.
or
He's had the keys given. He's had the keys of the city given to him already, and then he's in Parliament. Our Scottish Parliament, it'll be. I think I'm not sure what time that is. I think that might be after this at some point. And that's for condolences from obviously the Scottish Parliament, I think it is. And then later on tonight, there's a King's Vigil, which I take it'll be again in St Giles Cathedral. So that'll go on all day.
Well, I'm sure everybody, even in the United States, can tune in and see it. And once again, for anybody from the UK listening to WESA, my condolences. Anybody who was a big fan of the Queen, and however you think about it, 70 years is a long time to be held in such high regard. So, like I said, rest in peace and enjoy the journey. And my condolences to the family. You're listening to WESN. Yours truly, Ralph, William, and Angie. And we'll be right back. All right. I'm working double duty. Gotta keep things. So yeah, man, that's pretty crazy, man. I don't know when was the last time we've had a big like little ceremony like that for I'm pretty sure maybe like a celeb, probably like Elvis, right? Maybe Elvis.
Yeah.
Or like I don't even know if we have any. Did we had anything from Michael Jackson?
I can't remember.
I don't know if anybody like everybody liked Michael Jackson. I guess before they started getting on the kid stuff. Yes, we did TQ. Okay.
Did that come out after or before he passed away?
I think they started to mention it while he was around. I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was because Mindy did the interview and things like that.
Mm. Yeah. So it was. Whoops. So yeah, I just hope that they trying to type something out here. So I mean, I hope somebody like Michael, I guess, even though that he was going through that whole whatever, that they at least gave him a good send off, right? I don't know if that's considered
His
a good
music
send
was
off,
good.
but huh?
His music was good.
Oh, of course, can't deny the music.
No,
And
they
he
were
was
certainly an
very
entertainer.
he was very like not just talented, but he was a hard worker when it comes to like
Yeah. Everyone
choreography,
is
and
perfect.
he was very anal about his his dance moves and music. He had to get things done perfectly.
The World Trade Center will be huge.
What's gonna be huge?
The horse poop.
Oh, that's a big old horse poop. Speaking of horse poop, this show is about to be a big old horse poop because I got about 1 minute left. So Angie, I want to say thank you for being up here and keeping me company, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You sound great even though you're sick. Feel better.
Thank you.
And I might catch you guys on the beam later on. Thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you and your time for Coffee with RW. And I'll catch you guys mañana, hopefully. And of course, you can whenever you hear the show upload, just share it around the podcast and download WESN, the Epic Strategy Network, on your app store. And yeah, any last minute things you want to say, Angie?
Just be kind to one another, as always. Be good.
Awesome.
And take care of you.
Thank you, Angie. All right, guys, stay humble, stay hungry, and you'll always be blessed. Take care. Peace.
Excuse me, I'm choking on my coffee.
Hey, does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee? I just made a fresh pot of coffee. Does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee? Does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee?
Having conversations about society